Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening to me. Welcome to another episode of Wealth Building Conference. Tonight, we're going to be talking about end of the year reality check. Your comfort zone is expensive. But before we go into the program, I just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas to you out there. Hope you're enjoying your holiday. This is a time for you to, just make sure you enjoy yourself with your family. It's a season that we've been looking forward to, right? So, Merry Christmas once again to everyone. Hope you're enjoying your holiday. And if you know anybody who is a sales agent today, please encourage them to join this meeting because why? What I want to share with you tonight is going to open your eyes and, of course, help you to plan ahead for 2026, right? If you ask yourself, in terms of goal setting, how many of your goals did you achieve in 2025? And if you rate yourself, 1 to 10, what will you give yourself in terms of rating? So, I want to open your eyes to how you can start 2026 very, very strong. So again, please, as you are joining the program, I want you to please type your name and where you're joining from. If you have any question as we proceed, please drop it in the comment section. I'm going to quickly attend to the question before we finish the program. But tonight will open your eyes to see 2026 in a bigger way. All right, so once again, good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here, right? Before we talk about money, strategies, or plan for next year, I want to ask you a very honest question. Did this year move you closer to freedom or just a deeper into comfort? Because here's the truth, most people avoid at the end of the year. Comfort feels safe, but it quietly charge interest. It doesn't show up as a bill, it doesn't send reminders, but it costs you in delays, goals, missed opportunity, and income you never realized you could earn, right? Many people work hard this year, but some earn more, but very few actually build anything that will still pay them next year. And tonight is not about motivation, it's about clarity. This is a reality check, not to judge you, but to help you see what's really happening beneath the surface of your result. So if you've been busy but not fulfilled, if income went up but peace didn't, if you are successful on paper but feel stuck in place, then you are in the right room. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down where comfort quietly steals growth, why discipline, not effort, is the real wealth builder, and how to restructure your decisions so 2026 doesn't look like a repeat of 2025. I ask only one thing from you tonight: be honest with yourself, because the moment you confront comfort, progress begins. And let's get started. I'm going to quickly pull up my slide and we go into the presentation tonight. Tonight, once again, we're going to be talking about end of the reality end of the year reality check. Your comfort zone is expensive. Your comfort zone is expensive. So let me quickly ask you this question, right? So this is what your comfort zone is quietly costing you, right? You probably tell yourself, I did enough, right? You did enough. But how enough did you, enough that you said you did? How many goals did you set for 2025? This is 26th of December 2025. How many of those goals did you really achieve? Because this is one thing that many people say, of course, I tried my best, I did my best, but how did your best really reflect on the goal you set for yourself? And of course, both on paper and reality. Again, of course, some people say, well, I'll push next year. You can push next year, right? Of course. Well, if I tried all I could this year and I didn't really get closer to my goal, or I set some certain goals and I didn't achieve it, the next thing to comfort themselves, say, I'll push harder next year so that next year will not be like 2025. Again, you already better than most. Some people feel like, oh, after all, I'm better than somebody, I'm better than this, I'm better than that. But you don't need to be better than anybody. You need to be better than, like, you need to ask yourself, just make sure you are competing with yourself. Don't compete with anybody. The question is that your comfort zone is quietly costing you a lot of things that you don't really even think of, right? Again, at least you are not struggling. Well, in terms of paying my bills, I'm not, late in paying my bills. I'm able to do some certain things, but I'm not struggling. If you are not struggling, like, did you really ask yourself, evaluate yourself to know which areas am I actually need to improve myself on as you plan to 2026? Comfort zone few sales, but it charge interest. What comfort zone actually look like? This is what it look like. It actually disguises as productivity, right? It's, are you being busy but not effective? Like, many of us, we are very, very busy throughout the year. You're in front of your laptop, in front of your systems, and you're just busy. But are you really productive if you are busy, right? A lot of us are busy, but for nothing. So if you are busy, the question is your business really result of productivity? Learning but not implementing. You've attended a lot of webinar this year, right? You've attended series of webinars, seminars, trainings, events, but how many of those trainings and events that you attended, what the lesson you learned, right? Did you really implement them to reflect on your business, on your life? Because the reality is this, right? Many people attend training. At the end of the day, they will not implement anything. So those things is more like you are your comfort zone, right? Posting but not prospecting, like in my business, right? I'm in a business of people, like on daily basis. If I'm not prospecting, if I post but I'm not prospecting, or I post, I didn't follow up on those people that engage my post, I am doing nothing. So if you are in that type of comfort zone, like a lot of us will comfort ourselves, like, after all, I'm posting on daily basis. Well, you might be posting, but are you prospecting? Are you really engaging your post? Do you measure metrics? Do you know whether your posting is actually targeting the right audience? Planning but not executing. This is very, very, very common to a lot of people. Some of us set goals for 2025. Of course, we have a lot of very fantastic plans in 2025, but did you really execute those plans, right? Or even if you're executing them, right, at what percentage that you're actually executing all this plan? Attending meeting without applying lesson learned. Honestly speaking, I have seen many people, like, they attend, like, so many insurance agents, financial advisor, like, they attended trainings, right? They attended meetings, but the question is, the lesson learned, did you really implement them in your business, in your life, right? Motion without progress is still stagnation. That is very profound. If you if you check yourself, like, terms of measuring, evaluate your life, are you really moving, or you are stagnated? You need to answer that question. The end of the year questions that matter. Be very, very honest with yourself, right? If 2026 income depend only your habits, okay, your discipline, your daily actions, your consistency in 2025, will you feel confidence or concern, right? Because your calendar doesn't lie, your bank account doesn't lie. A lot of us, if you look at your habits, like your discipline, like, your daily actions, your consistency, does it really reflect on your calendar and your bank account? Because all those things, even if you are deceiving yourself, your bank account will really tell. And that is why you need to ask yourself this question. And this is just an eye opener, including me, that as we move into 2026, what are those things that I needed to do? What are the reality check that I need to ask myself? Things I need to do in order for me to make sure that I move my business to the next level. Why most professionals stay stuck? Why do they stay stuck? Not lack of talent, but lack of pressure. All right. Most advisors don't fail because they can't win. They fail because they stop demanding more from themselves. Like, no clear target, no urgency, no accountability, no structure, no discomfort. This is what, this is why so many people stay stuck, right? Now, 2025, right? Let's now, 2025 has gone now. Do you want to repeat the same thing in 2026? Do you have a do you have a set target for yourself? Target in terms of how many team member do I actually want to bring on board? How many people do I want to touch their life in 2026? Right? How many people do I want to train, mentor in 2026? Do you have a clear target, direction for this? Like, and do you really have urgency? Because a lot of us, there's no urgency. We feel that, no, I'm gonna do it when I want to do it. Like, this is not how to grow. This is not what this won't help you. You don't no accountability. Many of us, like, you are not accountable for your actions. Did you really understand that even if nobody asks you, right? Are you really measuring up to ask yourself that what I'm doing, right? Am I really accountable for it? Many of us pass buck, like, oh, you blame so many people. No, this thing, it like they didn't teach me this one. No, nobody trained me, nobody tell me this. If you don't accept that responsibility, that where I am today is a function of what I'm actually doing right now. No structure. No, see, I have said it many times in my training that I don't care how much, no matter what you are making right now, if you don't have a structure, if you don't have a system in place, you cannot scale. And because of so much noises out there, people are actually, they are distracted by those noises. And because of that, they don't have a structure in place to run their business, even to run their life. It's very funny that we are waking up on daily basis, but you never ask yourself, what strategies do I want to implement to change the way I'm doing my business, my life, and all of that? No discomfort. You have to see, comfort zone is a very big problem to many people in this world. And that is why many of you, the reason why you fail is because your comfort zone is quietly killing you. Growth lives where comfort dies. Imagine that. Growth lives where comfort dies. If you don't know that, anywhere you see the comfort die, that is where growth lives, right? What if next year looked different? What if you had clear income target? Guys, see, I have mapped out my 2026 strategic plan in terms of the numbers of premium I need to write, the numbers of agents I need to bring on board, the strategies that I want to use to bring them on board, right? The plans for me to transition those people that are in my team that are working as a part-time, strategies to transit from part-time to full-time. Those strategies are very clear. If I don't put it on paper, it's just a wish list. It's just because I'm just like, you are just dreaming. If as of today, you don't have a clear target, you don't have a clear system of what you really want to do in 2026, non-negotiable daily standard. Do you have a non-negotiable daily standard for yourself in 2026? Like, this is my standard. I'm not going to go below this one. Every month, this is number of life I need to touch. Every month, this is numbers of business I need to put in. Every month, this is daily actions that I need to put in place. Nothing must stop it. This is the number of people that must prospect on daily basis. These are the number of calls I need to make on daily basis. These are the numbers of presentation I need to do on daily basis. You have to have those ones very clear. A prospecting system that runs weekly, guys, right? Part of what I've been doing, right? I've scheduled meetings with Meta Pro. I've scheduled a meeting with TikTok Pro. Why? Because I want to use those two platforms to prospect and to bring new agents on board, and also to showcase what I'm doing. Because the reality is that if you are still relying on cold calling, if you are still relying on running after people every day, cold calling is not dead, but the strategies has actually changed. So do you have a prospecting system in place that will guarantee the result, or the plan, the target that you set for yourself? Because you cannot set all these targets without a system in place that will help you to attract the right lead and attract the quality agent in your team. A personal accountability framework. See, the better you're accountable to your actions, the quicker for you to grow. It will really help you a lot. Take accountability. Don't blame anybody for your success or your failure. Many of us, we have put all of this into, we are put into our failure. So it's because, for example, in my type of business, when you bring agents on board, right? And for some reason, maybe they didn't do well. The next thing you hear is that, oh, they didn't train me. They did nobody show me this. They didn't teach me this. Guys, you need to be accountable to your actions. And a business built by design, not hope. Like I said earlier, you must have a design, you must have a structure, you must have a strategies to move to run your business. You don't need motivation, you need a higher standard. The shift high earners make from comfort to control, top amount, do what are comfortable daily. Like, how many of us feel like, anytime you want to wake up in the morning, like you feel like, it's not that easy. But, the more you stay, the more some of us, once the alarm rings, you snooze it. Like this is uncomfortable action that you must take every day. You must do things that are not comfortable, because that is how you can actually get to your goal quickly. Track activities, not excuse. Stop giving excuses. Track your activities on daily basis. How many calls did you make on daily basis? How many people did you really prospect? How many presentation did you do on daily basis? And how many businesses or live you've been able to touch on daily basis? Measure effort, not intention. Stop measuring intention. It's measure your effort. Like, do I what I am doing right now, does it really give me that result that I want? Show up even when it's boring. Many of us will show up when it is convenient for us, even when it's very, very boring, even when it feel like nobody's actually looking at you. You have to show up. And that's one thing that I actually, imbibe in 2025, right? Seriously speaking, every week, whether I like it or not, even if nobody show up for my live event, I must show up. Because why? It is part of discipline. That is how to. It's not. Sometimes I have things that I'm struggling with, that's really like bothering my mind, but I have to put it aside and face what need to do. Because why? I can't continue to make excuses and complain or living on intention. I have to put in the actions. Build system before motivation fails. Like, I have a system. Like I said earlier, I've been having meetings with all these, Meta ads, TikToks. What am I trying to do? I'm strategizing against 2026. Because why? The result I have in 2025, I want it to, I want more result. I want things to change more like what I used to do before, right? They don't wait for feel ready. They move because it required. So like, you have to understand is like, people, the top performers, this is what they do. Okay, end of the year wake up call, right? Comfort is the most expensive line item. That this is what comfort costs you. Mixed commission, right? Like, if you check yourself, how many what's your bank account look like? Because, like, for example, me, my business is a commission-based business. So the more I reach out to people, the more, it's giving me an opportunity to get more commission. So there's so many opportunities that you mix. You know yourself, right? You know that those opportunities would not have been missed if you actually get out your comfort zone. Lost momentum. Like, a lot of us started well. At some point, you lost that momentum because you are waiting for somebody to motivate you. Guys, nobody's going to motivate you. You have to motivate yourself, because at the end of the day, you're a business owner. And you need to be accountable for your actions. Delayed promotions. Many of us were supposed to get to that next level this year, but because of what you do, because of your actions, because of things that happen in your result, you couldn't get to that promotion, right? Stagnant income. This is like, sometimes, yeah, I've seen so many advisors that say, look, I'm just going to quit because I'm not getting, I'm not making money. Some suspend their license as a result of that. Because why? They are in their comfort zone. Regret, you will feel next December. This is the regret you will feel. And many of us have, many people are feeling that right now. For me, this is time for us to reflect. This is time for us to review. This is time for us to ask you all these questions. What is my plan for 2026? Do I want to repeat the same 2025? The price of discomfort is temporary. The price of comfort compound. It's really, really compound. The more you do, small actions compound on daily basis. You never know that, right? End of the year summary. Comfort is costing you more than failure ever could. Busy. Busy does not mean productive. Like, that you are busy doesn't mean that you are productive. Discipline beat motivation. All the time, discipline beat motivation. If you're disciplined enough, you don't need to be motivated. You just have to show up. You just have to do it. So standard determined income, right? You know that the quality of actions to take right now will determine what your bank account will look like. And next year is built now, not January. So whatever that is going to happen in January 2025, 6, it actually happened right now. I used to tell my project manager, look, um, if my January, what is going to happen in January is a function of what is happening right now, right? So this is what I want to advise, and this is what I want you to do. Next step before the year, raise your standard. Guys, it is very important. Raise your standard, audit your habit, right? It is very important. Audit your habit, check yourself. What are those daily habits that you need to change? What are the things that you need to put in place to make sure you achieve your 2026? Decide who you must become. Like, this is something that, who do you really want to become in 2026? Right? Decide today and commit to uncomfortable action. So if you are able to do all of this, trust me, 2026 doesn't need a new year. It need a new version of you. So thank you so much for your time tonight. I really want to appreciate everyone that's joined. Okay. As I said, today is going to be the last episode of Wealth Building Conference for the year. I really want to appreciate everyone that has joined. Tomorrow we're going to have another session for medical professionals, so that, please, if you have any medical professionals, let them join. Business owners who are looking to build wealth, who are actually looking to to maximize, especially to save on taxes, please let them join tomorrow. We're going to dive into another important topic. Once again, good night everyone, and see you in 2026.